Good morning, my students. Now, this class is meant to introduce to last year KEAM questions. ഇതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് nature of questions and what is the weightage given to each chapter that you can assess while we discuss. നമ്മളിവിടെ we are selecting the question or we are doing the question not as per chapter wise but as per unit wise. And 8 യൂണിറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയുന്ന തന്നെയാണ് യൂണിറ്റുകൾ. ഫസ്റ്റ് യൂണിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് അതിനുള്ളതെന്ന് അറിയാം നമുക്ക്. യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഡയമെൻഷൻസ്, 1 dimension ആൻഡ് 2 dimension. അതിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ചോദ്യം സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തു ഫ്രം ഓൾ ദി പേപ്പേഴ്സ് ദാറ്റ് കണ്ടക്റ്റഡ് ലാസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ. അങ്ങനെ 8 യൂണിറ്റ്. ആ 8 യൂണിറ്റിലത്തെ എല്ലാ ചോദ്യങ്ങളും നമ്മളോട് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ 2 ഗുണങ്ങളെ ഒന്ന് ഒരു റിവിഷനായിട്ട് കാണുക, 2 നേച്ചർ ഓഫ് ദ ഡെപ്ത് അപ് ടു വിച്ച് ദ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വെൻ, അത് നമുക്ക് എത്ര ഡെപ്തിലേക്ക് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പോകുന്നുണ്ട് എന്ന് നമുക്ക് കാണാം. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഒരു റിവിഷൻ്റെ പോലെയും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഏത് ടൈപ്പ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനാണ് നമുക്ക് ഒരു കീം എക്സാമിനേഷന് ചോദിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ഒരു എൻട്രിയും നമുക്കത് കിട്ടും. ഇത്രയാണ് ഡെപ്ത് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ കിട്ടും. സോ വി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് വിത്ത് അവർ ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. The question is there on the board. Question is, the measurement of length 6 micrometer is equal to x picometer. Then the value of x. What do they mean? എന്താണ് അവർ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കേണ്ടത്? We are given an information. Length is 6 micrometer. 6 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter. That is micrometer. And the question is, you have to represent that in pico. Pico means 10 raised to minus 12. What do we have to do? Now this can be written like this: 6 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 10 raised to 6. Now this becomes pico, 10 raised to minus 12. Then what is the remaining thing? The remaining thing is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 6. So that's our answer. The question is equal to x picometer. Now you can see that x is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 6. So that's the answer. And the answer is dark. Here there is dark. ഒരു ലെങ്ത് മെഷർമെൻറ്റ് അതിൻ്റെ സബ് യൂണിറ്റ് ആയ വേറെ ലെങ്ത് മെഷർമെൻറ്റ് ഹൗ യു ക്യാൻ കൺവേർട്ട്, ഇതാണ് ആ ചോദ്യത്തിൻ്റെ ഉദ്ദേശമുള്ളൂ. അതുപോലെ നമുക്ക് ഗ്രഡേഷൻ, മൈക്രോ പൈക്കോ എന്തൊക്കെയും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഓർഡർ അറിയുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നും കൂടിയും അവർ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. Now come to the next question. Dimension of the physical quantity x in the equation. F is equal to x by volume given in which what is the dimension of x? Now F is equal to x by volume. It is given. The question is, what is the value of x? What is the dimension formula of x? Now what do we have to do? Make an equation for x in terms of the known quantity. Cross multiplying x with f into v. Now substitute the dimension of the quantities on right hand side and simplify. Then നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാനുള്ളൂ force m L t minus 2. The volume is equal to L cube. Is equal to. Now see what is the answer there. Equal to m L raised to 4 t raised to minus 2. And you can see that the answer here is 11. But if an unknown quantity is there, with dimension formula or unit you have to find. Unit or dimension formula കാണണമെങ്കിൽ ആ unknown quantityയുടെ equation ഉണ്ടാക്കും. ഇവിടെ unknown quantity x ആണ്. X in the equation ഈ format ആയി. Now substitute the dimension formula on right hand side and simplify. നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത ചോദ്യത്തിലേക്ക് പോവാം. Third question. A man lost 50% of its velocity after running a distance of 100 meters if the retardation is uniform. The distance he will cover before coming to rest. This question we can easily do by concept of energy and work done. Again, the frictional force he is doing work, and how much distance he ran in the first session, 100 meters. And then what is the work done against the frictional force? F into 100. And that work done at the expense of reduction in kinetic energy. Now we can write reduction in kinetic energy. So we start with the velocity v. The initial starting kinetic energy is half mv square. After running to 100 meters, 100 meter velocity it is 50%. It's equal to v by 2. So what is kinetic energy? Half m v by 2 whole squared. This is the loss in kinetic energy. When he ran through 100 meters, the work done is equal to frictional force in what? Equation number 1. Here this is, you can see that v squared by 4 is equal to 3/4 of m v square is equal to f into 100. Equation number 1. Again, equation number 1. This is a simplification. Now, the same thing we are going to take again. What is the velocity of v by 2? His top span velocity is 0. So, what is the loss in kinetic energy? Half m velocity is v by 2 whole squared minus 0 because it stops. So, this is the changing kinetic energy in the second lap. And retardation force is the same because it is the retardation is the same. Therefore, this is equal to f into x. Question number 2. Where x is the further distance he can run. Now divide by equation number 2 by equation number 1. This is 3/4. This is 1/4. And therefore dividing 100 by 3. That is the answer. Or we can divide. On division we can see that this will divide because 2 by 1 mean half m p squared by 4 by 3 by 4 half m b squared. It's equal to f into x by f into 100. F will cancel out. Half mb square will cancel out. 4 will cancel out. Therefore, x is equal to 100 by 3. 100 by 3, that is the distance he can run. And the answer is there, 100 by 3 is equal to box. The answer is box. Even though this is a unit dimension question, what we did that in easier manner, that is by one dimension problem. We can treat this as a one dimension problem. But we did in easier manner using work energy theorem. And you got the answer. So, okay, next question. Now, question is there on the board. A projectile is given initial velocity of I plus j meters per second, where I is along the ground and j is vertical. Equation of the trajectory, g is given. Now, we are given the velocity of projection, ux and uy component form, rectangular component form. Here, x velocity, ux is equal to u cos theta. Ux is equal to u cos theta along the ground, and that is equal to 1i, so it's equal to 1. uy is equal to u sin theta is equal to j, and therefore 1j. But now you are given ux and uy. Both are given. And what is the question? We have to get the equation for its trajectory. Now, knowing this, dividing these two, you can get the angle of projection. Angle of projection theta is given by this division. Equation number 1, this is equation number 2. 2 by 1 gives 2 by 1 gives sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta. Tan theta is equal to 1 by 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, angle of projection is given theta is equal to 45. ആ ഡാറ്റ നമ്മളോട് ചോദിച്ചിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിലും നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ അറിയാം. Because you know that this is the angle of projection theta. Next, since ux and uy are given, you can calculate its range equation. What is the expression for range in terms of ux and uy? Range is given by 2ux uy by g. 2ux uy by g. Now this is equal to 2 into 1 into 1 by 10 because g is given. It's equal to 1 by 2. So range also you got. Then directly substitute for the expression for range trajectory. Trajectory equation is given by y is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. Trajectory equation. Different formats are there. X tan theta minus 2 u square cos square theta by easier manner. You can say that y is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. In this, substitute the non-quantities there. If you write y is equal to x tan theta is equal to 1 to 1 minus x by range is equal to 1 by 5 is equal to x minus this goes 5x. Now see the option there. The option there is equal to x minus by x square. So that's the answer. Here, velocity projection, rectangle component form is given. From that data, we can get all the information. Range, time of flight, height, everything can be obtained. അതിലൊരു പാട്ട് മാത്രം അവർ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളൂ എന്ന് മാത്രം. റേഞ്ചിൻ്റെ ട്രജക്ടറി ഇക്വേഷൻ അത് മാത്രമല്ല നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിൻ്റെ ടൈം ഓഫ് ഫ്ലൈറ്റോ ഹൈറ്റോ എന്ത് വേണമെങ്കിലും ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് കാണാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. വൺസ് യു ആർ ഗിവൺ ദ വെലോസിറ്റി ഓഫ് പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഇൻ കമ്പോണന്റ് ഫോം. Next question. A particle is describing uniform circular motion, certain constant speed of uniform circular motion. The incorrect statement is velocity and acceleration vectors are perpendicular to each other because the acceleration is inward, velocity is along the tangent. Inward means along the radius. Radius and tangent angle is always 90 degrees. That is true. ശരിയാണ്. The velocity vector is tangent to the circular path. പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞതാണ്. ശരിയാണ്. Centripetal acceleration is a variable acceleration. Direction changes. Therefore, always inward. And depending on the change of position, the direction of the acceleration changes. That is true. Acceleration vector point to the center of the circle. Inward. Same on. Acceleration vector is tangent to the circular path. Wrong. The centripetal acceleration for uniform circular motion is not along the tangent but radial or towards the center. And therefore, that statement is wrong. It is a wrong statement. Next. Now, a particle move under influence of a force in the xy plane such that the component of its linear momentum, function of time, px is equal to p sin t and py is equal to p cos t. Angle between f and p is s. Now we are given the momentum in rectangular component form, px and py. Or we can say momentum p is given by pxi plus pyg px p sin t I plus p cos t g. Once you got the momentum, you can at once calculate the force. Force is equal to dp by dt. Our second law, rate of change in momentum. Therefore, if you differentiate this, we will get the component of force vector. The component of the force vector, that is equal to fx and fy. That is equal to d by dt of sin t, p cos t I. D by dt of p cos t is equal to minus p sin t g. This is our fxi and this is equal to fyg, first component. The question, what is the angle between the force vector and momentum vector? Now we are given the rectangular component form of momentum and force. Then take the dot product. If the dot product is 0, then these two vectors are mutually perpendicular. Find P dot F. That I'm doing, that is equal to P square cos t sin t minus P square ax bx plus ay by. So here is equal to P square cos t sin t. So this will cancel out, and therefore the answer is equal to subtraction, the value is equal to 0. And therefore these two vectors P and F are mutually perpendicular, and therefore angle between them is 90 degree. So the option is equal to. Next question. The number of significant figures. Now you have to think about the rule that you applied. Now that given that as a pure decimal part, got only decimal part. Then the 0 in between the decimal point and first non-zero digit is not significant. Therefore, here it is given 0, 5, 0, 0. This is not significant. Whereas all of the right-handing zeros are significant. And therefore, these are the significant positions. How many are there? 3. And therefore, the number of significant digits here is equal to 3. So the option is equal to C. Next. These 7 questions are the questions selected in our unit 1 from the very first paper conducted on 10/6/24. Next, we are going to select questions from the same unit from the next paper, the 9/6/24. That is why the number is different. Paper is different, therefore number is again repeating. Question number 1 here. The displacement of a body moving in a horizontal circle, horizontal surface, 151.25 centimeter displacement is given. And in a time interval, time required for that, 2.25 seconds given. Then the velocity of the body in correct number of significant digit. We are given displacement and time. Therefore, basic definition for velocity is average velocity, displacement by time. So velocity is given by displacement by time. Displacement is given 151 point given, and time required for that displacement given, and that is equal to 2.25. 2.25. And by calculation, this is value is going to be 67.2. This is the value that you obtained on division. Now, take into account the consideration of significant digit. How this result must be represented. Now, what is the rule? It's the real numbers. Now, our rule is the result must contain minimum number of significant digits in the component. Here, if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant digits are there. Here 1, 2, 3 significant digits are there, and the result must contain therefore the minimum in the component, that is equal to 3. So round it up here. So the answer is equal to 67.2. 67.2, so the option is equal to E. Next question. the dimension of torque. As we did earlier, how you find the dimension? Write down the formula for torque. Torque is given by, torque tau is given by force into distance, perpendicular distance. F into R. F is equal to M, then write down the dimension formula on quantity on the right hand side. M L T minus 2 into L. So M squared T raised to minus 2. Same as that of energy. And therefore the option is dog. So what we are doing, writing the formula and substitute the dimension formula and simplify. Next question. A particle is projected at an angle theta with the x-axis in the xy plane with the velocity 6I minus 4g. As we did earlier, you are given the velocity of projection in component form. 6I of x component along the ground, component is 6 and y component is 4. Velocity of the body on reaching the x-axis again meeting the x-axis. So we have to draw the path. Okay, the path projected from here at an angle theta. So that is equal to V. This is equal to V cos theta. And this is equal to V sin theta. And that V cos theta, V sin theta values are given there 6 and minus 4. So here I am going to say this is the minus y direction. This is the minus y direction. It is the minus y direction. The minus y direction I could include plus on ഇവിടെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു ഇത് മൈനസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിന് ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് പ്ലസ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കും ഇത് മൈനസ് y direction ആണ്. Now the path will be like this. On reaching here, you know x component velocity remain the same throughout the flight, and then when it hit the ground, this is u cos theta again, and u cos theta value you are given 6. And V sin theta value you are given minus 4. This is minus 4. This is plus 6. So on reaching here, horizontal component remains the same. Therefore, this is equal to plus 6. But what about the vertical component? Vertical component here is minus. And here it is along this direction is plus. Magnitude is the same, V sin theta. This is minus 4 and therefore this is equal to plus 4. And therefore, what the velocity on hitting the ground? 6I plus 4j. 6I plus 4j, that is the velocity which is going to hit the ground. നിങ്ങൾ തെറ്റിദ്ധരിക്കേണ്ട ഇത് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ വരയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു പോസിറ്റീവ് y എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത് പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ട് എടുക്കുക. അതേ പടം വരച്ചപ്പോൾ since initially the vertical component is negative, I am going to say this is negative y direction. And again this positive y direction. That is why this becomes plus 4. This is minus 4. Only change is happening in the y direction because there is a gravity force. Gravity force. X component remain the same. And therefore the option is called 11. Next question. The displacement x time graph of a motion of a body is a straight line making angle theta 45 with the time axis. Then the body is moving with it. You know, whenever we are given a graph, the y coordinate by x coordinate given by is known by slope. Physical quantity is known by y coordinate by x coordinate, y by x. ഈ വ്യത്യാസം കോർഡിനേറ്റ് ഒരു പേരുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ y കോർഡിനേറ്റിന് ഒരു പേരുണ്ടാവും x കോർഡിനേറ്റ് പേരുണ്ടാവും സ്ലോപ്പിൻ്റെ പേര് അറിയണമെങ്കിൽ y കോർഡിനേറ്റിൻ്റെ പേരിന് x കോർഡിനേറ്റിൻ്റെ ഫിസിക്കൽ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി കൊണ്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് ഇൻ ദിസ് പ്രോബ്ലം y coordinate is displacement and component is time. And the slope of the graph physical meaning by component displacement by time. This is the slope. The name of the slope, but I know displacement by time is velocity. Slope of this graph is velocity. Slope of the graph gives the velocity. That's it. Next thing, slope here, straight line make an angle 45. Therefore, this is 45 degree. Slope is tan theta. Our slope is equal to tan theta. Tan 45. Tan 45. Tan 45 is equal to 1. Tan 45 is 1. And this is straight line slope. For any point, the slope is the same. And therefore, body move with the uniform velocity. So, the option is A. This concept can be applied whenever you are given a graph. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്ലോപ്പ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് ഫിസിക്കൽ മീനിങ് എന്ന് അറിയണമെങ്കിൽ y കോർഡിനേറ്റിൻ്റെ പേര് എഴുതാം, കോർഡിനേറ്റിൻ്റെ പേര് കൊണ്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യും. അതൊരു ഡിഫൈൻഡ് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിന് പേരുണ്ടായിരിക്കും. ഇവിടെ മൊമെൻറ്റം, ഇവിടെ ടൈം. Then what is the slope of that graph? Momentum by time. Momentum by time by definition is the force. And therefore, momentum time graph slope gives the force dp by dt. Here, charge and time. Then what is the slope gives? Charge by time. Charge by time is current. The slope of charge time graph gives the current. But then whatever we apply here. Since the slope is the same, velocity is the same, therefore velocity uniform. Next question. A ball is thrown. A ball is thrown up vertically at a speed 6. The maximum height reached by the ball in vertical projection and diversion motion. What is the maximum height reached? The height reached, the formula is going to U squared by 2g. When a body projected up, similar height up, U squared by 2g. This is vertically projection. U squared by 2g. U is given to you. How much? It is 6 meters per second. Therefore, 6 squared by 2 into 10. Calculate is 1.8. Is equal to, the option is equal to dog. നേരിട്ട് ഫോർമുല സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യും. നമുക്കറിയാം നമ്മുടെ പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻ്റെ ഫലമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾക്ക് ഫോർമുലകൾ കുറേ അറിയണം. അത് മിനിമം ഇൻഗ്രീഡിയൻ്റ് നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ളതാണ്. പിന്നെ ഈ ഫോർമുലകൾ എങ്ങനെ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം, എവിടെ ഏത് പ്രോബ്ലങ്ങളിൽ ഏത് ഫോർമുല അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഇൻഡക്ഷൻ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടണം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ബൈ പ്രാക്ടീസ്. ശരി. Now next question. Again question number 1. That means one more paper is over. Now we are going to the next one. The time period, and this is 6/6/24. 6/6/24 paper ആണ്. അതിൽ നിന്ന് യൂണിറ്റ് 1 പെട്ട ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് നമ്മൾ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തു. വെരി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇസ് ദെയർ ഓൺ ദ ബോർഡ്. അതെന്താ പറയണേ നോക്കാം. The time period T of a satellite revolving closest satellite. They give you T2 pi r raised to a g raised to b. Then the value of a and b are the radius of the earth. So this is the. Now instead of homogeneously solve and get the value of a and b, it's better. This data given is already a formula that you have to study under gravitation, in which what is the time period of a closest satellite. Time period of closest satellite formula must be there with you. Closest satellite 2 pi root of r by g. Basic standard formula for any height is given by t is equal to 2 pi r raised to 3 by 2 by root gm. ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ബേസിക് ഫോർമുല. നമ്മൾ അവിടെ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. Where r is equal to r plus h. But for a closest satellite, h is equal to 0. Now instead of r, you are writing this is 0, therefore r is equal to capital R. Closest satellite. അതുകൊണ്ട് substitute ചെയ്തു. ഇനി ഇതിന് വരെ R squared G എന്ന് എഴുതി റൂട്ട് ഓഫ് GM സിംപ്ലിഫൈ ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഫോർമുല കിട്ടും. ഇത് നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു ഫോർമുലയാണ്. അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം എങ്കിൽ ഈ ഫോർമാറ്റിൽ എഴുതി നോക്കാം. 2 pi r raised to half e raised to minus half. We are given 2 pi r raised to a g raised to b. They are comparing a is equal to r raised to a is equal to half, b is equal to minus half. A is equal to half, b is equal to minus half, answer is equal to box. അപ്പോൾ ഫോർമുലകളൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിരിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതും കൂടി അങ്ങനെയാണ്. ഇതൊരു 5 സെക്കൻഡിൻ്റെ പ്രോബ്ലമാണ്. സിൻസ് യു നോ ദിസ് ഇഫ് യു നോ ദിസ് ഫോം അങ്ങനെ ടൈം സേവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ശരി, അടുത്ത ചോദ്യം. ദി ആംഗിൾ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ എ ക്രോസ് ബി ആൻഡ് ബി ക്രോസ് എ. അത് നമുക്കറിയാം. എ ക്രോസ് ബി ആൻഡ് ബി ക്രോസ് എ ആർ മാഗ്നിറ്റ്യൂഡ് സെയിം, but direction is just opposite. A cross B. Suppose this is A vector and this is B vector. A cross B means our curl rule by right hand. A to B is smaller angle. So this is the direction of A cross B. B cross A. B cross A. Curling is held like this. B to A. Smaller angle. So this is direction of B cross A. A cross B. B cross A. They are equal but opposite. So angle is equal to 180 degree. So angle is equal to 180 degree. Next question. The initial speed of a car moving with the constant acceleration is halved. Then the stopping distance just become. Now one dimension motion പഠിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ചെറിയ സബ് പാർട്ടാണ് stopping distance. You know, stopping distance proportional square of the velocity. അത് നമ്മൾ ഒരു തിയറി പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. Stopping distance proportional square of the velocity. അപ്പോൾ earlier stopping distance was the velocity was v. Now what in the problem says? If the initial speed of the car moving with the constant acceleration is it is not v but v by 2. Then the stopping distance is dash proportional v by 2 whole square. Question number 1, question number 2. Now 2 by 1 gives s dash by s is equal to v squared by 4 by v squared. Therefore s dash is equal to s by 4. The answer is equal to by 4 doc. This principle you studied there in one dimension motion. Stopping distance proportional square of the initial velocity. Next question. A ball is thrown vertically with the initial velocity speed 20 meters per second. The velocity and acceleration at the highest point of motion are respectively. Now when a body projected, initial velocity upward and the acceleration is downward, throughout the flight it is moving the same field, gravity field, in which direction of the acceleration remains the same, always downward. Of acceleration due to gravity, whatever may be the position of the body, acceleration is the same downward. G. And it reaches the highest point. And highest point, the velocity becomes 0. Because of the acceleration due to gravity, velocity decrease and becomes 0 at the highest point. So at the highest point, velocity is 0, acceleration is equal to g downward. Numerical value is us, and therefore is equal to 0 and g. G की value 9.8. Velocity at the highest point is 0, but acceleration is still the acceleration of the field. Next question. The unit of universal constant, centimeter per second. What is that constant? a universal constant, and we are given many number of names here. Which one has got that unit? Now looking into, you can see that in Bohr atom model you studied weight number 1 by lambda. Weight number 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by n1 squared minus 1 by n2 squared. These are numbers. No unit, no dimension. No unit. The 1 by lambda has got the unit of R. Lambda, the length, wavelength. 1 by lambda mean 1 by L minus 1 or centimeter minus 1. Same as the unit of R. So question is centimeter minus 1 has got the same dimension as that of R from our Bohr concept. 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So the answer is, it is Ripper constant. Ripper constant. So that's the answer. Or to our next question, question number 1 mean our next paper. Our next paper is KEAM 7622. paper. Now the same questions belongs to unit 1. Unit is the same unit 1. Questions are different, so definitely I am wrong. Unit 1 questions we have to see. The very first question is there. Choose the incorrect dimension. അതിലെ ഇൻകറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡയമെൻഷൻ ഏതാണ് എന്നാണ് ചോദ്യം. നമുക്ക് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ വളരെ ഒരെണ്ണം ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും. കാരണം you can see that single option is there. അപ്പോൾ if you look, you can see that the one which is going to strike you, angular momentum, correct. Linear momentum, correct. Mass and velocity, angular momentum, correct. MVR, data. Speed of light, speed means velocity, LT minus 1. But here is equal to m0 LT minus 2. It's acceleration, but it is speed. Therefore, this statement is wrong. Choose the incorrect statement. So, see. Next. The length of the side. Now, length of a side of a cube, 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 2. 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Length of a side of a cube. Volume in a meter cube in correct two significant figures. But I had a question then here. The volume is equal to length into breadth into height. Here all are the same. The volume is given by 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole cube. Now, as do multiplication you have to do. This one multiplying, the value will be 1.33, 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. A 3 meter cube. This is the volume. But question is, correct significant figures. It is multiplication. And the result must contain earlier rule. Minimum number of significant figures in the component. Now, how many significant figures are in the component? 1.1, that means 2. 2 significant figures. Therefore, our result must also contain only 2 significant figures. Therefore, round it off here. So, the answer is 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 6. 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 6. Option is here. It is 11th option. Next. A person travel in a car P to Q with the uniform speed U and return to P with the uniform speed V. The average speed, not velocity, average speed. Say he went there with one speed U. Then return reaches here with another speed V. So what is the total displacement? 0. So what is the average velocity? 0. But here the average speed. Then we know that two formula. When separation between 2 points is covered in equal interval of time. Equal interval of time. half the time with one speed, next half the time with another speed, half the time. Average velocity is, average speed is going to be v1 plus v2 by 2. Next formula that you studied, half the distance covered with the u, next half the distance covered with the v, then average speed is given by 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Here we are going to apply the same because this is the half the distance and this is the half the distance, next half the distance. So total distance is equal to this and this. And first half the distance is covered with u. Next half the distance it is covered with v. Then v average is given by 2v1 v2. Up here is equal to uv by u plus u. This is the average. Formula you have to keep in mind. Whereas half the time the formula is equal to v1 plus v2 by 2 or u plus v by 2. Here is the half the distance and therefore the answer is equal to 2uv by u plus v. The option is equal to talk. Come to our next question. You are given a vector in component form 0.4i, 0.3j plus bk. It's a unit vector. So, vector is a cap. Modulus is equal to 1. Then the value of b. Now we are given a cap or a vector is a cap, unit vector. 0.4i plus 0.3j plus bk. Then what about the modulus? Ax squared plus ay squared plus asr square is equal to modulus square. Or its modulus, since it is a unit vector, 1 is equal to root of 0.4 square plus 0.3 square plus b square. Squaring 0.16 square, this is 1 plus this is 0.09 plus b square. This on calculation, this on addition is equal to 0.25 plus b square is equal to 1. Therefore, b square is equal to 1 minus 0.25 is equal to 0.75. B is equal to root of 0.75. Now, that answer is not directly there, then format this one. Multiply and divide by 4. This one multiply and divide by 4 is equal to root of 3. Multiply with the 4 is equal to 3.0 by 4. The perfect root denominator is equal to root 3 by 2. It's equal to root 3 by 2. So that answer is there, root 3 by 2. So option is equal to E. On calculation, what you obtain equal to 0.6. The condition go through the option. The problem while you are doing the problem, you must scan the option. Option option കാണുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്താണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് എന്നുള്ള ഒരു പാത്ത് കിട്ടും. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് കണ്ടാൽ ഈ ആൻസർ ഒന്നും ഇവിടെ കാണാനില്ല, തെറ്റാണെന്ന് പറയല്ല ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് അർത്ഥം. Then format the result and get the one which is correct as per the option given to you. So, okay. Yes. Next question. The velocity v, time graph of the motion of a body in a straight line making an angle 60 degree with the time axis. Then the body is moving with the acceleration of the repetition. That's the velocity. Here we are given velocity time graph. Then the body slope gives velocity by time. What is the physical meaning of velocity by time? Acceleration. About slope of this velocity time graph gives acceleration. In a tan theta is the slope. And what is the angle made by straight line making 60 degree with the time axis? X-axis. Around tan 60 is the acceleration. Tan 60. Velocity, this is 60 degree. So slope is equal to tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to and that is velocity time acceleration. So acceleration equal to root 3. So the option is equal to the root 3 log. Next question. Again, question number 1 means question from this unit is over. In this paper, next paper is just conducted on 8/6/24. 8/6/24. We have selected the question from the same unit. Now, the very first question is there on the board. Now, traveling plane wave equation given by y is equal to, you are given a sine omega x by v into t. That is the standard progressive wave equation, where omega is the angular velocity and v is the linear velocity, the dimension of omega into t. A lot of data is given to you. The question is simply omega and t. Omega, what is omega? Omega is angular velocity is given to you. And question is what is omega and t. But there is no need of the support of that equation. Only thing is they told you omega is the angular velocity. Angular velocity is angle by time. Omega is angle by time, theta by t. Therefore, omega t is equal to theta by t into t. This will cancel out is theta. Theta has no unit, no dimension formula. And therefore, our answer is no dimension formula. M raised to 0, L raised to 0, T raised to 0. So the option is box. Next question. Add 2.7 into 10 raised to minus 5 to 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 with regard to signification. Actually, there is a mistake. Because the option given cannot agree with the actual value that you are going to obtain after this operation. We can do first what we have to do to add these two. Now, 2.7 into 10 raised to minus 5 must be added with the 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 4. Now, you have to represent this one as 10 raised to minus 5. So 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 into 10 raised to minus 1 into 10. Why? Then this is 10 raised to minus 5. That becomes 45. So this is equal to 45 into 10 raised to minus 5. Therefore, I am going to add this one with this one, or with the multiplier 10 raised to minus 5 is made common. To make that common, that's common ആക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ ചെയ്ത് പണിത. അപ്പോൾ ഇതേ നമ്പർ ഇപ്പോൾ എന്താ 45 into 10 raised to minus 5 ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. 45 into 10 raised to minus 5. Add with this. Power same ആണ്. With the add of 47.7 into 10 raised to minus 5. And if we apply the rule, significant figures, the result must contain addition. The result must contain minimum number of decimal places in the component. Minimum number of decimal places, because the addition. Here there is only one decimal place, and therefore result must also contain only one decimal place. So this is represented 47.7 into 10 raised to minus 5. This is the answer. But that is not there. It is nowhere there. And therefore, answer is not there. That's the answer. But അവിടെ എന്താണ് തെറ്റുപറ്റി ഉണ്ടാവുക വെച്ചാൽ പ്രിന്റിംഗ് എറർ ആയിരിക്കും. പ്രിന്റിംഗ് എറർ ആണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ദിസ് ഈസ് 10 raised to minus 5. അതായിരിക്കും ഉദ്ദേശം ഉണ്ടാവും. ഇതിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ ഇതാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ആൻസർ ഇവിടെ കാണാനില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് കാരണം അതായി. അത് 10 raised to minus 5 ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ് ഡാറ്റ എന്ന് നോക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാം. ഇത് തന്നെ 2.7 into 10 raised to minus 5 plus. But 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 5. Add more 2 into 10 raised to minus 5. ഇതും ആവില്ലാന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. ഇതും ആവാൻ ചാൻസ് ഇല്ല. കാരണം ആ ഓപ്ഷൻ ഇവിടെ കാണാനില്ല. അതാവില്ല. അതാവില്ല. ഇത് 0.45 ആവാനാ ചാൻസ്. ഇത് റോങ്. ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കാം. ദിസ് ക്യാൻ ബി. അപ്പോൾ ആൻസർ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാവുമെന്ന് നമുക്കൊന്ന് നോക്കാം. ആഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് 2.7 into 10 raised to minus 5 plus 0.45 into 10 raised to minus 5. അങ്ങനെ ആയിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ നോക്കാം. നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്നത് 3.15. അപ്പോൾ ആൻസർ ഈസ് നോട്ട് ദർ. അപ്പോൾ സംതിങ് റോങ്. എന്തോ ആൻസർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തെറ്റ്. ഇനി ഇത് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്താ കിട്ടാൻ നോക്കാം. ഇവിടെ ഇത് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്നത് ആഡ് 5 3. ഇനി വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദ റൂൾ? Rule is that the result must contain minimum number of decimal places in the component. 10 raised to minus 5. That's the only one, and therefore round it off here. But the answer is not here still. Therefore, the question is there, but the answer is not there. It's okay. അപ്പോൾ അവരത് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. ആ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരിക്കും. ഡോ അടുത്ത ചോദ്യം. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. The length of second hand in watch 1 centimeter. The magnitude of change in velocity of a tip in 30 seconds. Now suppose this is the second hand is here, and here the velocity along the tangent, and the tangential velocity v is given by r omega. R is equal to 1 centimeter, length of the omega of second hand 2 pi by 60. Total angle turned is equal to 2 pi. Time taken for one rotation is 60 seconds. So it's equal to pi by 30 centimeter along this direction. In 30 seconds, this rotate and reaches here. And here the velocity is here. And this is positive, then this is minus v, because negative. Because velocity is a vector. Magnitude is the same, again, minus pi by 30. Now you got the velocity here and here. In a question, what is this? The change, magnitude in change in velocity. This minus of minus this. Final minus initial, that is the correct. And therefore, if you do, it's equal to minus of minus plus. Therefore, pi 30. So the change is given by pi by 30. Minus of minus pi by 30 is equal to 2 pi by 30 is equal to pi by 50. So the change in velocity here is equal to pi by 15. Pi by 15. What is the answer here? This is dog. Answer is dog. Next question. If the slope of velocity time graph of a moving particle is 0, again, velocity time graph slope, velocity by time, acceleration, and that is 0, of acceleration is 0. Then acceleration is 0, the option is blocked. Next question. A projectile is projected with a velocity 20 meters per second at an angle 45 degrees to the horizontal. After some time, its velocity vector make angle 30 with the horizontal. The speed at this instant. If you draw that path of that projectile, here we projected at an angle 45. The path will be like this. And on reaching here, is equal to u. On reaching here, is equal to v. Velocity changes. And this is the horizontal component, and this is the angle at that location with the horizontal. At that moment with the horizontal, the resultant speed and the speed and the horizontal. Now you can see that that value is given to you. And how much is that? It is given that at an angle 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. Now question is, what is the magnitude of V there on reaching here? What is the value of magnitude? And you know, for a projectile, horizontal component of velocity everywhere is the same. Horizontal velocity remains the same. And therefore here is equal to u cos 45. Here the horizontal component is v cos 30. And since it's the projectile, horizontal component remains the same, you can write p cos 30 is equal to u cos 45. Therefore, v is equal to u cos 45 by cos 30 equal to u cos 45 1 by root 2 by cos 30 root 3 by 2 is equal to root 3 by 2 is equal to, take this to the upper part, so root 2 by root 3 root of 2 by 3. The answer is the root of, no. You are given the value of u, I think. A body with velocity 20. U is given, projectile is projected with 20. So this is 20. So root 2 by root 3 into 20. Into root of 2 by 3. 20 into root of 2 by 3, option is there. Equal to C. Now the basic principle for solving this problem. This is physical logic. The data that is there with you. We have the data and the projectile. Every horizontal component of velocity remain the same throughout this flight. That principle we apply. This idea must be there. Idea must be there. Physical logic. How we can equate these two situations. Sharing. Next question. A boy sitting in a bus with a constant velocity throws a ball vertically up in air. The ball will fall. When he throws the ball, when he is holding the ball has got the same velocity as that of the bus or the boy. Or there is no relative velocity along the horizontal direction between the ball and the boy. There is no horizontal relative velocity between the ball and the boy, or both has got the same velocity in the same direction, no relative velocity. And that is why the ball is always in the hand of the boy. Now when you throw vertically out, in addition to the horizontal velocity that is possessed by the ball, he is imparting a vertical velocity. A vertical velocity is good. Analyze more. Between the ball and this boy, there is no horizontal relative velocity. Or relative velocity horizontal direction. But there is a relative vertical velocity. But because the boy has no vertical velocity, ball alone has got vertical velocity. So there is a relative vertical velocity. And therefore, for this boy, what is the ball doing? The ball will conduct one dimension, go up and fall back into his hand. This is the situation. This is the situation. Whereas, The same process is observed by a person outside the bus. അയാൾ എന്താ പറയാന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതേ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ബോയ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു I throw the ball vertically up, the ball went one dimension motion, went up and fall back to my hand. Whereas the same situation observed by a man on the ground. അയാൾ എന്താ പറയാന്ന് അറിയോ? When you throw the ball for the person outside has got two velocity now. Horizontal velocity of the bus or the boy and vertical velocity given by the boy on the ball. But two velocity ഉണ്ട്. Horizontal and vertical. Horizontal velocity uniform. Velocity of the bus. Whereas the vertical for the person outside. No. Vertical velocity under gravity. Therefore, for the person outside, our ball is doing a projectile motion. Therefore, path will be a parabola. Therefore, path will be a parabola for a person outside. ഇനി അവിടെ ബോള് ഈ ബോയുടെ കയ്യിൽ തന്നെ വരും. അതിനെന്താ എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ നമ്മൾ പറയാ? അയാൾ എന്താ പറയാന്നറിയോ? ഇവിടുന്ന് പ്രൊജക്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഇയാൾ കൈ കൊണ്ട് പോയി. ഇനി പരാബോളിക് പാത്ത് അവസാനിക്കുന്നിടത്ത് കൈ എത്തി, കയ്യിൽ വീണു. In both the cases, the ball is in the hand of the boy. Second. So here what we can say, sitting on the ball, constant throw, the ball will fall. It will fall back into the hand of the boy. So the option is equal to dark. Next question. Diameter formula of the gravitation constant. The question number 1. The paper is over. Now we are going to next paper. Next paper is dated 5/6/24. അതിലത്തെ യൂണിറ്റ് 1-ലെ ഉള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് മുമ്പ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. The diameter formula of gravitation constant m raised to a, l raised to b, t raised to c. The value of ABC. നേരത്തെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തൊരു പ്രോബ്ലമാണ്. അതേ നമ്മൾ ക്ലോസസ്റ്റ് സാറ്റലൈറ്റ് ഇട്ട് ഫോർമുല നമ്മൾ എഴുതി 2.√r/g ചെയ്യുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഗ്രാവിറ്റേഷൻ കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് സോ ഫെമിലിയർ ടു us. There is no need of derivation. I know the dimension formula of gravitation constant m-1 L cube t raised to -2. This is the dimension formula of gravitation constant. Compare with m raised to a, m raised to a, L raised to b, t raised to c. So comparing a is equal to -1, b is equal to 3, c is equal to -2. Simply compare. Because the data as the gravitation constant is so familiar to us. We got a formula do. So the answer is equal to C. The option is C. Go to the next question. The position of a particle R in rectangle component form we are given. R is equal to 3i plus 2t square j. Then the magnitude of velocity at t is equal to 5. You are given position with the time function of time. Then what is the velocity? Velocity is the derivative of position. Therefore, velocity is equal to dr by dt. Here differentiating, the I component is 0 because 3i constant. Therefore, 0. Plus. Second, y component, j component is a function of time. We can differentiable. So 2t square j. Therefore 2 into 2t, 40. So that on differentiation, we got the velocity function, which has got only y component, 40 j. At what instant the velocity is as the t is equal to 5. Put the t is equal to 5. 4 into 5, 20 unit, y direction. So the answer is equal to 20. That is the velocity per meter per second. So the option 20A. Option is this. Because displacement is the derivative of velocity. Sorry, velocity is the derivative of displacement. Next question. If a freely falling body covers 80 meters in the first 4 seconds, in next 4 seconds it covers a distance. Galileo law of odd numbers. For a uniformly accelerated body starting from rest. Gravity on any motion in start from rest and moving under constant acceleration. In equal interval of time, the displacement are in the ratio 1:3:5:, etc. Odd number. This is the Galileo law of odd number. Here in the problem we said that our body cover 80 meters in first 4 seconds. In the next 4 more seconds, same interval, 3 times of this one, 1:3. So 3 into, first one 80 meters. The next one 3 into 80. Next 4 seconds, 5 into 80. This is the way the displacement in regular interval. In here interval is equal to 4 seconds, therefore 240. So the answer is 240 bucks. Galileo law of odd numbers. Next question. Find the two statements of algebraic operations of scalar and vector quantity. Scalar and vector are two different, and where the operation between them, which one is permitted or not. Now, to find the true statement, adding two scalar of different dimension is possible. Quantities having same physical property can be added or subtracted. That's vector scalar and physical property same. 4 ചക്കയും 6 മാങ്ങയും സ്കാലാറൊക്കെയാണ്, പക്ഷെ ആഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ലേ? ഒന്ന് ചക്കയും മാങ്ങ, അതാണ് അതിൻ്റെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പിളുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ ആഡിങ് ടു സ്കാലാർ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ഡയമെൻഷൻ not possible. Adding scalar to a vector of same dimension property. Scalar cannot be added with a vector. Add ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. So that statement is wrong. Multiplying any two scalar is possible. The scalar can be multiplied. That statement is correct. Multiply any two scalar is possible. This statement is correct. അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞത് multiply a scalar, a vector by any scalar is not possible. It's possible. The quantity will remain as a vector. That's okay. Multiplication is possible. Adding two vectors is not possible. That's wrong. Vector addition, you know that is not possible. Therefore, our option is C. Now that finishes our question from the unit 1 of last year KEAM question papers. Tomorrow we will meet with the next unit questions. That is laws of motion, work, power, energy, 5, 6, 7 unit. അതിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ചോദ്യമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് നാളെ നമുക്കിത് വീണ്ടും നമുക്ക് കാണാം. ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് പഠിക്കണം, ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കേണ്ട കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ കണ്ടതാണ്. കൺസെപ്റ്റ് അറിയണം, ഫോർമുല അറിയണം. ഫോർമുല അറിഞ്ഞാൽ എല്ലാ പ്രോബ്ലം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നല്ല അർത്ഥം. പക്ഷേ ഫോർമുല അറിയാത്തവന് ഇത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല എന്നുള്ള കാര്യം ഉറപ്പാണ്. ഇനി ഫോർമുല അറിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇൻ അഡീഷൻ ആ ഫോർമുല എങ്ങനെ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാം, അതിനുവേണ്ടി ഞാൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വായിച്ചിട്ട് എന്തൊക്കെ തന്നു, ഇൻഗ്രീഡിയൻസ് എന്താണ് ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്, ഇതെങ്ങനെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാം എന്നുള്ളത് ഞാൻ ചിന്തിക്കും. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഫോർമുല വഴിക്ക് മാത്രമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, സിമ്പിൾ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഒരു വഴി ഫിസിക്കൽ ലോജിക്ക് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. അപ്പോൾ അതനുസരിച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇത്തിരി കൂടി ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ആവുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു കാര്യം ഉറപ്പ്, ഫോർമുലകൾ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന അർത്ഥമില്ല. ഫോർമുല മസ്റ്റാണ്. പിന്നെ അത് ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പഠിക്കാമെന്നാണ്. ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പഠിക്കുന്നത് ഇതുപോലെ പ്രോബ്ലങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ്. ഇന്ന് തന്നെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു 6 പേപ്പറോ 7 പേപ്പർ ചെയ്താൽ നേച്ചർ ഓഫ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇസ് ദ സെയിം. അപ്പോൾ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്താൽ യു ക്യാൻ പെർഫോം വെൽ. So thank you. See you tomorrow.